Tens of thousands gathered earlier on Revolution Square in Cuba's capital to commemorate Fidel Castro. He'd led the country for decades after heading a communist revolution on America's doorstep. Maria Finoshna reports for us now from Havana.
Very middle of the massive gathering here in the center of Havana, Cuba, at the Revolution Square, where people, many people, as you can see, have come for Fidel Castro memorial service. Wednesday morning, the ashes of Fidel Castro will start traveling to the east of the island, making several stops in different towns here in Cuba, so that people all across the country could come and pay the last respects to El Comandante.
We have to thank Fidel for everything we have. We need to pay him a tribute, because thanks to him, we became who we are now. Fidel gave us education. He helped us. He always worried about the fate of the people and the whole world.
My heart aches. I don't know why, but I never thought this day would come in my lifetime.
The reason why I'm here is because he has been our guide for all our lives.
We brought our child with us because eventually, when he's able to understand, we will explain him how important Fidel was for Cuba and the whole world.
Well, clearly some heartfelt tributes there, and even though thousands joined that rally to commemorate a man they consider to be their liberator, a lot of Western coverage of Fidel Castro's death and legacy was still dominated by barbed language. RT's In the Now gets onto that.
Fidel Castro got one hell of a going-away party.
Evil, murderous dictator who inflicted misery and suffering on his people.
Many Cuban exiles celebrating in the streets of Miami.
He ruled with an iron fist, didn't he?
You would think now that he's dead, the rhetoric would rest in peace too. Nuh-uh.
The most popular newspaper in South America, Diario Las Americas, it says Nunca Más, with a profile shadow of Fidel Castro. Nevermore, the death of a dictator.
Don't people see that if America or the media tell us to hate someone, especially when it's for almost 60 years, then we should probably stop and ask why. Castro was loathed by millions, but we barely hear about the millions and millions who loved him, and why.
The older generation tend to see him as a hero of the revolution. They're aware that many of them wouldn't even be here if it wouldn't have been for the health advances and the sort of equalization of resources that he provided. It's mostly, I think, the newer generation who were born under the special period when it was chronically poor with the embargo, Soviet withdrawal of funds, and some of them blame Fidel Castro for the hardships they went through, but some of them blame the US embargo.
Most Americans will never know that. Castro was and will be a dictator. America won this battle, at least at home.
Going beyond the headlines, going underground is next on RT International, but on air in Britain and Ireland, we continue the story of a man who lost everything in the financial crisis and returned to his home village in a search for answers.